What about it, YouTube? All right, we've been talking about money. What is money? And if you've been following along, we decided that fiat is good. That isn't a problem. We shouldn't be talking about how fiat is bad. We shouldn't be talking about how fiat is worthless or any of that. All right? And we've talked about how price fixing a commodity is bad. So the gold standard is AIDS. And we talked about how any economic theory that involves any kind of scarcity is AIDS. And if you have a gold standard, by the way, you're going to have scarcity. And so they're going to have to fractionally reserve. They're going to write out paper contracts that aren't actually backed by any gold. And it's called fractional reserve banking. And so it's a scam, and it's always been a scam, and it can't keep up with lending in real time, with credit on demand in real time. So it's a joke, and so fiat can do that. So we need to just accept that fiat has that power. And why does it have that power? It has that power because money is resources and labor coming together. So people that say that the dollar loses value, has your labor and has resources lost value? No. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. So who lost money? Let's think about it, Ron Paul. If you had money in 1913 when the Federal Reserve started, okay? Let's say that you're still alive today somehow. It's impossible, but almost impossible, whatever. But let's just say that you had money way back when an ounce of gold was $20, okay? Or whatever. Oil was whatever, and wheat, and all commodities are whatever, okay? And let's say that you had $100,000 and you put it in your mattress, okay? Or let's say that you had $100,000 and you invested it into Philip Morris, or you invested it into whoever else was around, Carnegie at the time. I don't know. There was probably different. Sears Roebuck. Let's just say that you invested it into something, treasuries, bonds, whatever, right? Or let's just say that you put it in your mattress, Ron Paul. Or let's say you bought gold, Ron Paul. Okay? Who won now? Who won now? All right? Because let's stop pretending that your labor and the resources lost value. That didn't happen. Resources gained value and your labor gained value. You're making more per hour than the guy in 1913, and the price of whatever, wheat, oil, gold, whatever commodity, whatever resource, wood, lumber, whatever it is, it's gone up. Steel, whatever it is, it's gone up. Aluminum, whatever it is. Okay, it's gone up, and you've gone up, and stock prices have done whatever, right? Or Wall Street's done whatever, or gambling's done whatever, right? So what's happened, Ron Paul? What's happened? Inflation has given a motive and a means and a push for speculation. That's what it's done, not inflation. Yeah, inflation. Yes, staying on point. Inflation. So the price of everything going up means that your dollar loses value, that your dollar is a hot potato, and that you need to get rid of it. Okay? Because on the long term, as long as you hold it in dollars, it's going to have less buying power. But if you speculate with it, then you can hedge against the inflation. And it doesn't matter how you gamble it out. You can gamble it out into stocks, bonds, treasuries, hedge funds, real estate, flipping cars. You can do whatever you want. You buy gold. You can do whatever you want with your idea of how you're going to hedge against inflation and store these dollars in a way that hedges against inflation, right? But if you had zero inflation and you had zero prices are going up, then where is the motive to speculate? All right? And where is the motive for you to treat money like a hot potato and keep it circulating? Like I said in the last video, a wise man once said, money is like manure. It's no good unless you spread it around. If you're storing all your dollars, the next guy could use them, and he's got whatever it is you might need. So just go ahead and get it, man. You know what I mean? We can't take it, none of it with us. We need to turn it around because people need to feed themselves. They need to have the basics. So to have the basics, there has to be circulation. And to have circulation, there has to be this something about the economy that causes you to want to get rid of your dollars, either into investment or into sustenance. Okay? So it's good to have creeping inflation. It's good to have, let's just say, whatever, 2%, 3% inflation. That's good. And then wages go up at some kind of pace relative to that. Okay? And then people are constantly trying to hedge against that in their investments and trying to gamble against that. It's all just a gamble. All of that stuff is just gambling. But you're motivated to gamble against that inflation. Right? If prices stayed stagnant, then there would be no growth. There'd be no, all bets would be off. Everything would just be flat and boring. And, and I'm not saying that that's bad. Maybe not having gambling in your economy is a good thing. But I'm telling you, to keep it a hot potato where people don't sit on it and put it in their mattress. Okay? And think of it that way. Where people think about, hey, the next guy needs it and I need this. Everyone out there has something they need, and all it needs to go make it happen is the money. So if you have the money, you should be making it happen. You should be throwing it out there. If you got more money than you know what to do with, you should be spending it that way. You should be Brewster's Millions. You should be, hey, and let somebody else benefit from that circulation and keep it moving around and keep it on the street. All right? Because they're going to try and suck it up with interest rates. But see, that's the whole thing. Interest rates should be low. Always. There should be no usury. Which I'm going to get into that in the next video. Okay? In the next video, we're going to talk about how the national debt has no obligation and the national debt shouldn't be called a debt. How all this fiat, how our system's awesome, except for they manipulate it in a way that makes it AIDS and makes you think of it and makes you confused and want to go back to some gold standard, which is AIDS, and price fix a commodity, which is AIDS. So we're gonna go further into that. But right now, this video was just about how creeping inflation is good to cause people to treat money as a hot potato, to spread it around like manure so that it's good, to get people speculating and gambling to hedge against the inflation and beat the inflation with their investments. All right. God bless.